know, we're trying things a little bit different because, see, part of it is the sun is, let's just say, not where we are.
I know.
So usually we try and aim for something that's really sunny. This time we're going with a background like this, and since I happen to be wearing something bright, we're going to test it out in 3D. But hello, you probably already know this is not a spring chick, and we are talking about news, of course, today. And the news, of course, is that the market, what is it? A report comes out on Obama. Oh, shall we tell them what the report is?
Obama is down, the market is up.
Yeah, that's true. Obama's down, the market's up, and the report was, this was some survey, was that people did not want him to run for another term.
Yeah, 69% of the people don't want him even to run for another term.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. But we're doing it a little bit in reverse today since it's out like that and I'm more colorful. So Oldecam is actually in back of the camera this time. And so you're going to see me reading these off and having us talk back and forth. But the White House rejects foreclosure moratorium.
Oh, and they basically, all 50 states decided to shut down foreclosures today for 6 months to a year while an investigation is happening, which basically totally destroys the housing industry because they said it will be 2 to 3 years now. And they said at the most, out of 11 million homes, at the most it affected was a couple 100,000.
Yeah, right. What it does is it affects the entire market. It doesn't affect just the people that...
Well, because 40% of all sales are from foreclosures.
And this state's set to unveil a joint investigation into foreclosures.
Well, yeah, they basically, instead of just the Democrats, the Republicans joined in because they said the Obama administration forced a situation upon them that they have no other choice but to get involved with. While the Justice Department was pulled back on it, he basically, they screwed up. Pure and simple.
Yeah, this is one of those things where I guess Murphy's Law comes into play, or this is a law of unintended consequences.
Yeah.
This is obviously not what they wanted to happen.
Well, no, they wanted to make it look like they were giving people another month or so in their homes while this was being handled, and instead it's a full-blown investigation of how the business does business, which is they've always done it that way. It's nothing new.
And a currency rift with China exposes a shifting cloud.
Well, yeah, because the Chinese government does not want to have their money as the currency for the world. They want the dollar to stay that, but Obama and Geithner want the Americans to be a third-rate country, so...
I know. Do you know how hard, I mean...
Well, he doesn't understand. The Chinese will simply dump all our debt if he continues to do what he's doing.
That's right.
They do not want to be the standard bearer for the world because they got tons and tons of American dollars sitting in their vaults.
Mm-hmm. And White House lifts ban on deep water drilling.
No, they lifted the ban and made it impossible to drill.
What, how did they do
Well,
that?
because there's only 2 companies that can possibly meet the restrictions that they put on it, which means the drilling doesn't stop. Plus, the drilling moratorium was still all over the rest. All they did was they knew they were tipped off they were going to lose the latest rounds in the court, so they miraculously saw the light, lifted the ban, and put regulations on it that can't be met. So it's basically, they're trying to circumvent. It might
as well almost be a ban anyway.
Well, no, it is. They said they just rewrote the thing to make it the same thing because there's no drilling being allowed anywhere, folks.
Well, and then a lot of those drilling rigs that were out there have already left.
Yeah, and the rest of them are going to leave now. So.
Yeah. Federal judge blocks don't ask, don't tell.
And the Justice Department is pissed off about it's a left-wing judge. It's like a 9th Circuit Court judge. How do you think he was going to vote? But right before the election, the military is all over Obama, saying that this is something that should have been decided by the military and Congress, not by a judge that basically is gay. Yeah, and there's nothing in the Constitution that gives them there is no constitutional right to serve in the military. So.
No, that's true. And as most of you know, it's October and Election Day is coming again.
Yeah. Well, it was just another huge disaster for Obama. They said that one of the people said, one of the Republicans said he's almost feeling sorry for this man because you talk about everything that could go wrong goes wrong right before you. But they arranged this. They thought everything was going to be hunky-dory and they would be heroes. Nope.
Well, they were trying to arrange things. Sometimes that's what happens when you try and control things too much.
Yeah.
And cops and protesters clashed at Belgrade Gay Pride Parade.
Well, the United States is the only country in the world that basically openly gay. Oh, we got sea lions over there, which I didn't even notice.
Oh, we got sea lions over here.
Yeah, I don't even know.
They're hanging out.
I know. We'll get some of that in a few minutes. No, But
they are literally hanging out.
But in virtually every country in the world, I mean, they'll kill you in most countries if you're gay.
Really?
Yeah. Give me it's totally against the law to be gay because they're.
How can it be against? Well, I guess every country is a little different.
But a lot of what happens is countries will ignore it. But if you try to push it on people with a gay pride event, which even a lot of the gay people are now saying is basically getting totally out of hand, you cause a problem. So.
And as Obama fires up the base, the Republicans and the Independents know it's all over.
Well, I know. I heard that today that the polls say that even though the Republicans are going to gain seats, the people are so angry at the Republicans because they understand the Obama message of hope and change that the Democrats will keep the House and Senate now. Mm-hmm. Brilliant, isn't it? They will keep it.
In California, gubernatorial candidates focus on the state's future.
Oh, last night, Jerry Brown even shocked a liberal, Tom Brokaw.
What did he do?
Basically over calling Meg Whitman a whore.
What?
He got boos from a partisan audience over here. Basically, the thing is filled full of women, and he said something. Well, it's not like she wasn't.
What?
I mean, they said he got booed. Tom Brokaw basically said.
I can't believe.
Tom Brokaw said your response to the question of whether you were investigating it was totally improper. When you got Brokaw down on basically,
I know. When you got Brokaw down on a Democratic candidate.
Yeah, and the women's groups booing him, and they heavily support him. Now they're in trouble.
That's big
because
trouble.
just a few words is all it takes.
Well, I know, and he can change it just like that. I mean, because part of it, he was facing, shall we say, a deficit because Meg Whitman could outspend him tremendously.
Well, she's outspending him 10-1, but
and
see,
he's old enough to be your dad. But
yeah, and the problem is that he's a liberal spending Democrat. He's almost pushing 80, a liberal spending Democrat, and you want to put a guy that helped. He's the one that started the problem for the unions. Brown.
Oh, was he?
Oh yeah, he's the one that started huge pensions for him.
Which is California gubernatorial candidates focus on the state's future.
Yeah, there is none. They said Jerry Brown, they loved it. Meg Whitman said, this sounds ridiculous, but do you want to go back to the policies of old, which the president is telling people not to, to use the Obama speech to the people last night. Do you want hope and change?
Yeah. Too much TV psychologically harms children, the study.
The Obama administration basically has decided to go after the very people that feed it in Hollywood now. Yeah, we're going to teach these Jews a lesson.
Hollywood it typically tends to be very democratic too.
Yeah, and so he goes after the base in Hollywood. They said that he basically, we'll put it this way, one of the reporters, they asked a reporter yesterday, do you think the president's a socialist? He said, well, his mother is, his father was, his stepfather was, he went to socialist schools, so you try to figure out whether he is or not.
Yeah. Guantanamo detainee goes on trial in Manhattan court.
Well, they've already screwed one trial up where they can't use any of the witnesses and they're going to have to release the guy. So now Obama, well, that was just a one-time thing. Well, they're already in trouble with the second one and the trial just started. You can't try him in civilian courts.
See, part of it is...
Well, he doesn't understand that.
Okay, they're not from this country. They're not supposed to be given the right to...
They're caught in a battlefield.
That's right. Nobel Prize may not help Obama's Fed nominee.
Well, yeah, because the Democrats don't even want him.
Oh, that's true. Legalizing pot in California would hardly dent cartel's revenge, a report says.
I know, isn't that something? Then this is the Democrats are putting out the report right before the election.
And the Democratic Party is running against the re-election of George Bush.
Yeah, I loved that one last night. They got a whole campaign, a whole thing out saying, do you want to re-elect George Bush to the presidency of the United States?
Knock, knock. He's not
running.
He's not running.
Well, no, this morning I heard a guy saying that, Republican, he said, I'm running in a blue state. They love the candidate I'm running against. He's popular, he's conservative, but he supported Obama, and they said anybody that supports Obama is basically out, even if they do love the Democratic Party. See, I should not be winning. Mm-hmm. Under no circumstances should a conservative Republican be winning in a liberal area.
No, they shouldn't be.
But it's
just by nature of what the area is.
It's a vote against Obama. They said this whole election is a vote against Obama, not against the people. I mean, Barney Frank has said that now. This isn't a vote.
But Obama vote. Well, actually, Barney Frank is going to get the anything but Barney Frank vote.
Yeah.
Or not get the vote.
Well, no, because Barney Frank should not be in a close election. Barbara Boxer's in a close election. Even Pelosi, they want Pelosi gone in San Francisco. So.
And a Monty Bubbleism for the Mark Twain of the animal kingdom.
Contrary to those that believe in political correctness, gay is actually somebody's name.
Oh, yes.